So we'll wait for the others to come, or shall we start? चलो
Sir,
यार
we can wait. We
Sure.
should.
We can wait for others to come, sir.
Yes,
मुझे
sir.
चलो ठीक है, लेट्स स्टार्ट इट ऑल। मैं आपसे ये बहुत बेसिक सवाल पूछता हूँ, दिल से जवाब देना, ठीक है? इट्स हार्ट टू हार्ट कन्वर्सेशन। ये मुझे कोई समझा पाएगा अभी एसएसबी बाय डिजाइन है क्या?
Sir, can you
Sir,
please repeat the
SSB,
question?
व्हाट इज एसएसबी बाय डिजाइन, मतलब एज अ टेक्निक और एज अ डिजाइन क्या है? बोलो, एनीवन?
sir, can I try?
To check the like-minded people.
टू व्हाट?
To check like-minded people means assessor want a person who is like-minded, means he is a person like he feels like somewhat he is like me.
नो नो
Sir,
नो,
if the person is right fit for the organization.
राइट फिट फॉर द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन तो हर एक एग्जाम का परव्यू है ना, whether it is a corporate interview or any interview, that is the first thing that we want to check. SSB by design is assessment of OLQs.
Okay.
बस सारा फोकस किस पे है, और सारी डिस्कशन जो होती है कॉन्फ्रेंस में, डिस्कशन होती है ना, तो जो भी बंदा जो है, चाहे लड़की है चाहे लड़का है, जो भी 240 के और एक बेंचमार्क के ऊपर चला जाता है, तो उस पर डिस्कशन होती है ना। किस चीज पे डिस्कशन होती है, क्या होता है टॉपिक?
Sir, some OLQs that is missing in
OLQs
that person.
ना only सारे OLQs, not some.
Sir, is he trainable or not?
ट्रेनेबल तो क्या होता है कि एसएसबी जो रिकमेंडेशन करती है ना, तो एसएसबी रिकमेंड्स, एसएसबी डजंट सेलेक्ट अ पर्सन। एसएसबी क्या करती है, रिकमेंड्स। तो उसमें क्या वर्ड लिखती है कि रिकमेंडेड फॉर ट्रेनिंग। सो ट्रेनेबल वर्ड का मतलब ये है कि ही इज रिकमेंडेड फॉर ट्रेनिंग। एंड व्हाट यू सेड कि इज ही ट्रेनेबल और नॉट, बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स अभी ट्रेनिंग के बाद ही बंदा अफसर बनेगा, है कि नहीं? बट
Right, sir.
वो ट्रेनिंग के लायक है। अब अगर ट्रेनिंग के लायक की बात आ रही है, तो OLQs में फिर क्या डिस्कशन हो सकता है इस पे?
So he has a chance to improve or not?
एक तो ये है कि डज ही हैज इट इन हिम, वो क्वालिटीज इसमें हैं या नहीं है। मान लो फॉर सम रीजंस नहीं है, तो क्या हो सकती हैं? यानी कि हो सकती है का मतलब क्या हुआ कि हम अगर इसको ट्रेनिंग दें, इसको हम एकेडमी में लेके जाएं, तो क्या क्वालिटीज बिल्डअप होंगी या नहीं होंगी? सारा मुद्दा इसी पे है। तो सारा जो डिस्कशन होता है ना कॉन्फ्रेंस में, वो सिर्फ OLQs पे होता है। मान लो जीटीओ ने उस बंदे को रिकमेंड नहीं, तो बताएगा कि इसका ये EI ठीक नहीं है, इसका RA ठीक नहीं है, इसका OA जो भी उसको लगता है कि ठीक नहीं है, तो उसके बाद फिर साइक बताएगा कि नहीं मेरे को तो ठीक लगा, ये अच्छा था, इसका ये अच्छा है, एंड आई थिंक ही इज रिकमेंडेबल एंड आई थिंक वी कैन रिकमेंड हिम। फिर आईओ भी बताएगा। अब उसके बाद फिर अब जीटीओ पे है कि वेदर ही रिकमेंड्स हिम, वेदर ही अग्रीज टू इट, मतलब जिसने भी उसको नहीं क्लियर किया है, वेदर ही इज रेडी टू अग्री और नॉट, एंड इफ ही इज रेडी टू अग्री ही विल बी। तो बहुत ही फेयर सिस्टम है। और नाउ इट इज द चांस लेफ्ट टू, एंड पता है DIPR क्लियर कट बोलता है कि कोई उसमें इंटरफेयर नहीं करेगा, ये 3 लोग ही आपस में डिसीजन लेंगे, चौथा कोई इसमें घुसता नहीं। इवन बोर्ड प्रेसिडेंट कहते हैं ना, बोर्ड प्रेसिडेंट नहीं घुसता अनटिल बोर्ड प्रेसिडेंट भी असेसमेंट में है, वो उसका आईओ रहा है, तब वो घुसेगा, अदरवाइज ही विल नॉट इवन लुक। आइडली बोर्ड प्रेसिडेंट इधर उधर देखने लगते हैं, दे इधर उधर देख रहे हैं ताकि ना वो उनका इन्फ्लुएंस ना रहे। तो सिस्टम को उस तरह से बनाया गया है। बात समझ रहे हो?
Yes, sir.
चलो आज एक दूसरे मुद्दे पे बात करते हैं। मुझे बताओ, हाउ वाज इंडिया व्हेन ब्रिटिशर्स वर नॉट देयर? एनीवन?
So under the monarch rule,
व्हिच मोनार्क वेयर?
so under the princely states.
It means it was not a nation, it was a combination of states.
Yes, sir.
Sir, it depends on how we define a nation, because the identity of a nation is too new, because it was formed in Europe in the last 300 years. we define nation as somewhat different because we have always had a collective identity in our
Very nice.
India. Right?
I'm very happy. Who is speaking?
So Yashas.
Yashish. Wow. Very happy. So, why question Yashish is very different. कि मतलब क्या इंडिया एज ए नेशन कैसा था जब ब्रिटिशर्स हम क्या है ना हमारी जो हिस्ट्री में क्या है भर भर के गालियां किसको दी हमने ब्रिटिशर्स को दी है ना
Yes, sir.
मेरा सवाल इसीलिए है कि भाई ब्रिटिशर्स जब नहीं थे तब कैसा था ये भारत
So economy was constrained. It was not flowing.
Even
It
then,
was
sir, there was
What?
it was like
What?
some people are
What?
holding the big chunk of economy,
What?
It was
and
not
others were not getting it.
integrated. It was
sir,
not
class divisions and caste-based society was there.
कास्ट बेस्ड सोसाइटी तो थी वो तो सदियों से थी पहले थी
Sir, it was not integrated as a nation. Means all people don't know about that.
It was
all.
divided into provinces, and all the provinces were fighting with each other.
नहीं बट भारत था क्या भारत कहाँ भारत वेयर वाज भारत
Sir, Bharat
So it was a
The name
feudal
comes from
state.
the Indus civilization,
means
the civilization that
It
was
was
next
like
to it.
lot of states were there. तो कुछ हिस्सा जो है वो मुगल कमांड करते थे ना? कुछ हिस्सा बंगाल में वो सुजाउद्दौला आ गए थे सिराजुद्दौला बंगाल में वो थे फिर अवध में शायद सुजाउद्दौला थे फिर अपने ऊपर आओ तो मुगलों में शाह आलम थे जब ब्रिटिशर्स ने शुरू किया इधर मराठों का बहुत बड़ा एरिया था मराठे बहुत एंड इनफैक्ट फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग मराठे और अंग्रेजों में लड़ाई हुई है फाइनली इट वाज एंग्लो मराठा वॉर इट वाज नेवर एंग्लो मुगल वॉर कहीं पे भी नहीं हुआ
Yes, sir.
और इधर आओ तो जूनागढ़ में नवाब थे कोई राजस्थान कभी भी किसी के अधीन रहा ही नहीं राजस्थान वाज प्रैक्टिकली इंडिपेंडेंट अलग अलग राजवाड़ों में जरूर था राजपूत थे तो कुछ मेवाड़ में थे कुछ यहाँ थे आई मे नॉट बी फैक्चुअली करेक्ट अबाउट हिस्ट्री बट दिस इज हाउ इट वाज एग्जैक्ट तो बताना मुझे भी साउथ वाज अलग डिफरेंट चल रहा था वहां पे वो निजाम आ गए थे हैदराबाद में है ना सो अगर मान लो ब्रिटिश नहीं आते तो क्या होता
sir, it will
Sir,
be
of
as it is.
course,
So we would be
Probably
different
communists
country.
would have taken over.
the importance
They
that
would
we
not
Marathas
have
would have
been
been different country.
unite.
It
हम
we would
Probably
not be
communists would have
united.
taken over.
हम इतना बड़ा देश होते क्या
No,
Sir,
sir.
we would
No,
have
sir.
been the
No, sir.
sir, we would have been because the communists would have taken over because the border of USSR used to extend till Afghanistan. So it was always a great war between Britain and USSR. So communists would have naturally taken over because we had China on the northern border and communists over the northwestern frontier. So
the unification would not have happened, sir,
तुम्हें मैं
because
एक
of
सिंपल सा एग्जांपल देता
the diversity that we
हूँ
had.
तुम्हें मैं एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल बोलता हूँ श्रीलंका हिंदुस्तान का हिस्सा क्यों नहीं है श्रीलंका में कल्चरली क्या डिफरेंस है बताओ श्रीलंका के ऊपर वाले हिस्से में तो तमिल से सर यहाँ पे
Right, sir.
एलटीटी वगैरह का था और उसके नीचे बुद्ध हैं बुद्धिस्ट हैं उनमें क्या डिफरेंस है इंडिया से नेपाल में क्या डिफरेंस है इंडिया से बताओ
Sir, only
परंतु अब
India was ruled
श्रीलंका और
by
नेपाल एक इंडिपेंडेंट नेशन की तरह है मालदीव एक इंडिपेंडेंट नेशन बना हुआ है ना
So
right,
in
sir.
Sri Lanka, power sharing is not there. So that's the reason, like there's a lot of dispute that is happening.
Sir, there
Sir,
were different colonies that were
sir,
there in
I
Sri
think
Lanka and Maldives.
Britishers were not there in Sri Lanka and
ब्रिटिशर्स वर देयर
in
the
Sri Lanka.
Nepal was offered to India to they were willing to join, but Nehru was like, we need a buffer state. So we need Nepal, Sikkim, Bhutan, a buffer state between India and China.
never heard this about Nepal I don't think so
No, sir.
नेपाल और ब्रिटिश
I've read
लड़ाई
I've
तो
read about it.
1800 कुछ की है दैट सुपौली वाली संधि याद है तो नेपाल was never part of India never offered also I don't think so
So, but Nepal was always in favor of India. So India never tried to take inside, captured the
I
or
have
put out the monarchy.
Sir, anyways, we'll get into the different topic. My point of the matter is, आज की डेट का जो हिंदुस्तान है, जो इंडिया है, तो it stretches from जम्मू कश्मीर से लेके साउथ, पूरा साउथ एंड अंडमान्स उधर, इधर लक्षद्वीप, मिनिकॉय एंड नॉर्थ ईस्ट. इतना बड़ा हिंदुस्तान कब था? बिफोर ब्रिटिश. ब्रिटिशर्स में तो वो भी था, वो बांग्लादेश भी था और
Sir,
पाकिस्तान भी था. तो इट वाज लाइक एंटायर सब कॉन्टिनेंट वाज विद ब्रिटिश. बट इतना बड़ा इंडिया कब था? Which ruler?
but during time of Ashoka.
Under
Ashoka.
Marathas.
Marathas no.
Under Ashoka. Under Ashoka.
Under Ashoka, right.
Gupta's
Ashoka
dynasty.
was Ashoka there in south?
Yes, sir.
No, no, sir.
Till Afghanistan, till
हाँ उधर
Sir,
था.
except for Tamil Nadu and
he
Kerala,
captured
he
the
not
last fight
captured, sir.
in South, no,
But
sir.
I have my doubts कि Ashoka's route was extending till west and south.
Sir, except for the
Sir, he
Tamil Nadu
was
and Kerala, he
Chakravarti, na,
except,
sir. He was
sir,
Chakravarti. That's why he was Chakravarti, because he captured the whole India.
sir, except for
Sir,
Everything
Tamil
he
Nadu
was
and
but
Kerala,
Chakravarti.
everything was in his control because
but
the
he did
only
not
known,
capture the southern part.
That's
only
why
the
he was
known
given
stone
that
culture of
designation of Chakravarti. It is in
except
history, na.
except for the
Chakravarti is the
southern
person
Tamil
who has
Nadu and
captured
Kerala,
the whole
everything was
India.
under his control. So even till Karnataka.
Okay, maybe, but again that is debatable. My point of the matter is, मैं तुम्हें एक कहानी सुनाता हूँ कि हमारी हिस्ट्री ना बहुत चेकर्ड इन द सेंस कि हमारी हिस्ट्री ना फ्यूचर को देख के पास्ट बताया गया. ये बात समझे आप? इट वाज डिसाइडेड कि फ्यूचर में हमें जनरेशन को यही सिखाना है, इसीलिए हम अपना पास्ट चेंज कर देते हैं. दैट इज द अनफॉर्चुनेट पार्ट. व्हाई आई विल टेल यू इज बिकॉज बिफोर ब्रिटिश इंडिया वाज नेवर अ कंट्री. नेवर. Maybe in Chandragupta Maurya and Ashoka, that phase you're talking about, but that is too old time to having a historical backing for that. But before British, during Mughals also, South was never part of India. Andamans was never part of India. In Mughals also, I believe beyond Assam, that Manipur, Mizoram, and all those areas were never part of India. And in Mughals also, this साउथ तो था ही नहीं. एंड बस साउथ के नीचे उसके नीचे वाला तो कभी भी नहीं रहा. तो आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया कहाँ से जनरेट हुआ? इतना बड़ा नेशन एक हो सकता है, ये ब्रिटिश से ही जनरेट हुआ. एंड व्हाट वाज द मेजर रीजन व्हाट कनेक्टेड इंडिया? डेफिनेटली द रिलीजन, भगवान राम. इनफैक्ट अगर तुम भगवान राम का 14 साल का जो वनवास पीरियड है ना, उसको अगर देखो तो ऐसा लगता है कि रामायण में उनका वनवास हुआ ही था इंडिया को कनेक्ट करने के लिए. He has gone to central India, he has gone to western India, he has gone to southern India. South में गए हैं ना भगवान?
Yes, sir.
Fine. And it is
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
and it is geographically also correct.
Right, sir.
है ना, रामेश्वरम, लंका उस समय की बात है ये. Geography also connects it, right?
Chitrakoot
In fact,
and all.
अगर
Yes, sir.
तुम बनारस में जाओगे तो बनारस में जो घाट बने हुए ना, घाट बने हुए, उसमें आपको साउथ इंडियन घाट मिलेंगे. एंड उस समय भी ड्यूरिंग दोज टाइम्स आल्सो and now also people from South India go to Banaras and they have one important एक रिवाज है उनका, मुझे एग्जैक्ट नहीं पता है. So what I mean to say is कि Lord Ram connected India beyond everyone. And one of the reasons which I feel जिसका कोई वो नहीं है कि लंका शायद हिंदुस्तान का हिस्सा इसलिए नहीं है बिकॉज रामायण में भी लंका जो है वो विदेशी धरती थी. समझ रहे हो?
Sir.
It was
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
considered foreign. सो व्हाट कनेक्टेड इंडिया? चलो भगवान राम तो हो गए, उसके अलावा जो कनेक्ट करता है इंडिया को वो थी इंडियन रेलवेज. इंडियन रेलवेज वाज वन फाइन नेटवर्किंग सिस्टम. एंड हम कभी ब्रिटिशर्स को उसके लिए थैंक यू नहीं बोलते. हम खाली ब्रिटिशर्स को गाली देते. क्यों गाली देते? मुझे रीजन समझ में नहीं आता है. सी देयर वाज नो कनेक्टिविटी. मतलब कहने का है कि आप चेन्नई से अगर दिल्ली जाना चाहें, आप कैसे जाएंगे? Suppose railways was not there, flight of course was not there. Let's go back to 1850 और जब रेलवे शुरू नहीं हुई 1850 में अगर आप हैं, you are in Chennai, ठीक है, and you have to go to Delhi. You tell me how many days will it take? Just imagine. Anyone?
Months,
Sir,
months
2-3
to go.
months.
No, years.
So 14 years.
Years it will take. I'll tell you why it will take years. Why? Because इंडिया कोई होमोजेनियस रोड भी तो नहीं था ना. रोड कहाँ था? रेलवे नहीं था, मान लिया, रोड था क्या? Was there any road? बोलो.
No, sir.
Yes,
Was
sir.
there any bridge? कोई ब्रिज था?
No, sir.
No, sir.
आगे चलते
Sir,
जाएंगे
there
तो
were
रामायण
roads.
में
Like
नदी
Sir,
आई
roads
ना.
were there, sir.
Sir,
the
Uttara
routes
Patha and Dakshina Patha were two roads which were
routes were
connecting
there.
ancient India. So they did exist.
नहीं,
That was
but
converted into a Grand Trunk Road. Right?
I'll agree with you, Grand Trunk theory, but where is the bridge? A road cannot be there without a bridge. India is not a country without rivers. आप ट्रेन से चलते हो, आप रोड से जर्नी किए हो, सबके सब आपको ब्रिजेस नहीं मिलते रास्ते में? आप कौन कौन सा ऐसा रोड है, हाईवे जिसमें ब्रिज नहीं आएगा, मुझे बताओ, बोलो. Is there any highway in which you have not faced a bridge in another 10, 15, 20 kilometers के distance में? बताओ, बोलो.
Right,
कोई नहीं
sir.
बोल रहा है. There cannot be
No, sir, it's not
thinking
possible.
road concept. I don't agree कि शेरशाह सूरी ने बनाया है, because where is the bridge? You start from Sasaram, right, in Bihar, and it is
Yes, sir.
शेरशाह सूरी ने बनाया था ना. यही बोलते हैं ना, ग्रैंड ट्रंक रोड बनाया था उन्होंने. बीच में गंगा आती है, गोमती आती है, गंडक आती है, आगे जाके यमुना आएगी. ब्रिज कहाँ गई? तो आप कौन से रोड की बात कर रहे हो? आप मान लो बैलगाड़ी लेके जा रहे हो, ठीक है, उसमें बैलगाड़ी थी, घोड़ा गाड़ी होगी नहीं तो बैलगाड़ी होगी. सुन रहे हो दोस्तों?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
गंगा के तट आ गया, आप क्या करेंगे? वो रोड का क्या होगा? है ना, सोचने की बात है ना ये.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
बताओ, आज की डेट में तुम्हें बोला जाए कि यहाँ से यहाँ तक रोड है, अब आगे नदी आ गई, नदी के लिए तुम पार करो. अब कैसे पार करोगे? नाव पकड़ के जाओगे?
Sir, divert the route.
किधर?
Sir, in Assam, they used to still do it, no? Right? They used to use
There
boats
is
to
no
cross.
river na, which connects west to east. There is
Huh?
not a single river in India which connects west to
Narmada.
east.
नर्मदा is there?
Sir, now before few years also in Assam they used to use boats and ferries to cross
Ferries are
Brahmaputra.
there.
Till they built 3 or 4 bridges.
Correct.
That concept used to, but they couldn't carry bulk goods.
नहीं, बोट की बात तो भगवान राम ने भी की है ना. केवट क्या कर रहे थे? उनको बोट से पार करा रहे थे ना. इट इज नॉट
Yes,
ओनली
sir.
अबाउट द मेजर रिवर्स. समवन सेड कि वेस्ट टू ईस्ट नहीं है. दैट टू द मेजर रिवर, देयर लॉट ऑफ ट्रिब्यूटरीज, यू नो, they keep flowing in different directions, and they flow in any direction, usually west to east only, because that is how the natural system of spreading the water by designed by God is. You know, river is flowing like this, its tributaries will flow like this and this, so that it reaches. It's like, you know, natural system of, जैसे कि आप पानी पहुंचाना है घरों में तो कैसे पहुंचाएंगे? कहीं से कहीं जाएगा ना. तो एक कहानी ये है, मेरे को रेलवे आर्काइव्स में पढ़ने को मिला, और अगर कोई बहुत टेक सेवी है तो प्लीज मुझे ढूंढ के बता देना. मैं ढूंढ रहा हूँ उसको बहुत दिनों से. मैंने एक दिन, मेरे को एक्सीडेंटली मिल गया था रेलवेज के विकिपीडिया पेज में. एक मेजर साहब हैं, इट इज समवेयर, रेलवे जब नहीं था इंडिया में, एंड ब्रिटिशर्स धीरे धीरे, ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी वाज स्प्रेडिंग इट्स विंग्स. सो he was transferred from Calcutta. Actual original British settlement was in Calcutta, right? Calcutta city was actually built by Britishers, even Bombay also, and Delhi also, New Delhi. So he was transferred from Calcutta to Kanpur. There is a place called Kanpur. Now it is called Kanpur. तो उनको ट्रांसफर ऑर्डर मिले. वो ट्रांसफर ऑर्डर कब मिले? लेट्स इन द मंथ ऑफ मई मिले, मई या जून ही गॉट द ट्रांसफर ऑर्डर. अब मेजर साहब को मिल गया ऑर्डर, तो निकल गए वहां से. अब निकल तो गए, परंतु क्या हुआ, उनको पहुंचते पहुंचते अक्टूबर हो गया. कलकत्ता टू कानपुर आने में उनको अक्टूबर हो गया. क्यों हुआ? तो रेन स्टार्ट हो गई. जैसे ही रेन शुरू होती थी ना, इनफैक्ट रामायण में भी तुम जाओगे तो जब बाली का भगवान राम ने वध कर दिया ना, तो उसके बाद रेन शुरू हो गई. तो ये डिसीजन हुआ कि 3 महीने बाद अब सर्च पार्टीज को भेजेंगे. 3 महीने बाद क्यों भेजेंगे? 3 महीने का मानसून पीरियड है. मानसून पीरियड में यू कांट गो एनीवेयर. दिस इज देयर इन रामायण आल्सो. सी, दैट्स व्हाई रामायण इज सो रेलेवेंट. इट इज प्रैक्टिकली रेलेवेंट बुक. तो 3 महीने के लिए भगवान राम गुफा में रह रहे थे, और सुग्रीव ने अपना साम्राज्य संभाल लिया किष्किंधा का. और भूल गए सुग्रीव कि ये भी काम था यार, हमें तो जाना था सर्च पार्टी लेके. तो बहुत क्रोधित भी हुए, और गुस्से में लक्ष्मण ने जाके उनको सुनाया. तब सुग्रीव को याद आया, एंड देन अगेन द सर्च पार्टी स्टार्टेड. सिमिलरली विद दिस मेजर, होल इंडिया वाज कट ऑफ. because it rained. When rain started, everything was flooded. Now there is no communication. इतना खराब कम्युनिकेशन का हाल हो जाता था उस समय। मैंने तो इनफैक्ट उसका छोटा वर्जन प्रैक्टिकली अपने गांव में बिहार में देखा भी है कि व्हेन रेन यूज्ड टू हैपन द विलेजेस यूज्ड टू गेट कट ऑफ। होता था ये, जबकि मैं कितने सालों के बाद की बात कर रहा हूँ। कट ऑफ हो गया तो वो एक जगह रुक गए, फिर अब रुके हुए हैं, पानी बहे जा रहा है, बहे जा रहा है, बाढ़ आ गई है। तो बाय द टाइम ही रीच्ड इट वाज 6 months, and that is the example which the Viceroy of India at that time, I'm not exactly remembering the name, he made a case to Queen of England or King of England कि we need to develop, if we really want to integrate India or want to do business with India and want to make it a viable option, we have to create a railways network. तो वहां से उसकी शुरुआत, और आगे तुम लोग को पता है कि 1853 में फर्स्ट टाइम द रेलवे वाज मेड टू रन फ्रॉम मुंबई में, फ्रॉम मुंबई टू थाने और समवेयर. क्वेश्चन इज हाउ डिड दैट इंजन कम? तो तुमने फोटो देखी 1853 में जो पहली ट्रेन चलाई गई थी, राइट?
एडविन जेनर,
है ना? वो फोटो देखिए.
यस सर, स्टीम इंजन.
द क्वेश्चन इज कि इतना बड़ा इंजन आया कैसे? इंडिया में तो बना नहीं होगा. इंडिया में
It was
मैन्युफैक्चर
imported, sir.
Huh?
Ship.
Sir, it was imported from England.
Now
Yeah,
imagine in 1800 was there such a ship which could import such a huge engine?
So parts were disintegrated and then recombined in India.
Still a
Yeah.
huge task. There is no crane. There's nothing like crane on board a ship. So what kind of effort was put? My point of the matter is what integrated India eventually, and by the time Gandhi came and Gandhi started traveling in the train and everyone was traveling by then, was that is what integrated India. South became closer to North. Because उस समय के हिसाब से अगर देखो कि 2 महीने 3 महीने की जर्नी अगर 2 से 3 दिन में हो रही, मीन्स इट्स अ ह्यूज टाइम सेवर. जैसे कि अभी कैसे लगता है दिल्ली से चेन्नई जाना 2 घंटे में पहुंच जाएंगे, लगता है ना? इट्स अ ह्यूज टाइम सेवर. मॉर्निंग यू आर ब्रेकफास्ट इन दिल्ली एंड बिफोर लंच यू आर इन चेन्नई, करेक्ट?
right, sir.
So what integrated India was railway, but we never gave credit to British. And मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, लिख के बता रहा हूँ, अगर ब्रिटिश नहीं आए होते ना, कभी रेलवेज नहीं आते इंडिया. हमारे पास कुछ भी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए था? बताओ अब.
No, sir.
No, sir.
वर वी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एनीथिंग एट ऑल? आप पूरी हिस्ट्री की किताब पढ़ लो, पूरी हिस्ट्री की किताब पढ़ लो. क्या बात करते हैं हम लोग? ब्रिटिशर्स ने टैक्स लगाया. किस पे टैक्स लगाया बताओ? व्हाट इज द कॉमन वर्ड यूज्ड?
Lagan.
Lagan.
सॉल्ट, बस सॉल्ट. हर जगह सॉल्ट की बात हो रही है. अरे किसको बेवकूफ बना रहे हो यार? सॉल्ट मतलब सॉल्ट पे कितना टैक्स लगा देंगे? कितना टैक्स लगा देंगे सॉल्ट पे? आदमी कितना सॉल्ट खाता है? उनको पूरे उसमें हम जब कहते हैं कि ब्रिटिशर्स ने इकोनॉमिकली सप्रेस किया, फलाना किया, ढिमकाना, जैसे कि सॉल्ट पे टैक्स लगा दिया. क्या लॉजिक है? मैं बताता हूँ.
So they were taking money from princely states, na, and then princely states were taking money from peasants.
Where was the
So
money? Where
Sir,
is
the money was mostly extracted from Rayatwaris, Zamindari, and
Where
those
was
form
the
of.
money? I'm asking, what was the form of money?
So it was usually crops, sir. They used to collect taxes as
Crops.
crops,
Sir,
and also they put tax on salt because they were shipping.
Crops ही तो money था ना?
Yes, sir. So they put tax on salt because they were shipping cotton and goods from here. They didn't want to bring empty ships back from England, so they used to put salt in that so that they could make double money instead of bringing empty ships. That's why they put.
Salt from England.
Yes, sir. That's why they put tax
You
on
tell
Indian
me,
salt because they
before
didn't want to.
British were not there was no salt in India.
So they didn't want Indians to use
no,
their
sir, they
own
were
salt.
bringing
That's why.
clothes. I think they were bringing clothes.
वही कंफ्यूज हो रही है. तो मुझे एक बात बताओ, मुगलों के जमाने में हमारे खाने में नमक नहीं होता था?
It was there.
Sir, there was salt, but they didn't want to. They didn't want to bring empty ships. That's why they were putting salt on Indian tax so that their salt would become competitive.
So they were bringing the manufactured clothes, I think.
That is true.
The industrial
लेकिन वो
revolution was
कहानी वो
there.
बात की बात है, वो बहुत लेटर बात है, जब जब you can say about 1900, early 1900 में clothes were coming from England and India was developing as a market. Like as a iPhone is coming now, as Audi is coming now, BMW is coming now to sell in India, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? Same way India is sending Hyundai and Mahindra and Tata to other countries to sell, right? Same way they were not bringing in, it was like trading. So British products were coming and they were being sold in the market. So now we are also trying to do the same thing, right? India is now manufacturing iPhones. So what it is doing? Consuming all of it? No. It exports also, right? Right?
Right.
Samsung is also having a factory now. So what happens? These phones go out. Similarly, Indian goods like Mahindra, that matter. Mahindra has a plant in China also. So Mahindra is selling. Mahindra is selling very well in Australia. Mahindra is selling this Enfield is a craze in UK. Enfield bullet bike is there, no?
Yes, sir. I sure.
It is a
Enfield.
craze in UK.
In
So
Japan
what
also.
you do? You are manufacturing and then you are selling it, or better way now is you go and open the plant there itself. Getting the point? Mahindra is this Scorpio N is such a huge craze there in Australia now because price it offers is really good and vis-a-vis all facilities are there. So India is now coming up with an auto giant. बट हमारे डिस्कशन कुछ और मैं ये पॉइंट था, हम हर जगह पूरी तुम 8th की 9th की हिस्ट्री किताब पढ़ लो, जब अंग्रेजों का इकोनॉमिक वो दिखाते तो ये कहते कि सॉल्ट पे टैक्स लगा है. आर यू गेटिंग अ पॉइंट? माय पॉइंट ऑफ द मैटर इज दैट्स ऑल. वहां सॉल्ट पे टैक्स लगा है बिकॉज दे कुड नॉट फाइंड एनीथिंग, क्योंकि उसके पहले कोई सिस्टम था नहीं. देयर वाज अ जीरो सिस्टम, देयर वाज नो इकोनॉमी, देयर वाज नो करेंसी. Getting a point? So
Right,
how
sir.
were villages sustaining? They were sustaining in their own. So what was the trading thing? Trading thing was crops. तो क्या करते थे? Peasants जो भी थे, किसान थे, वो धान उगाते थे. कारपेंटर लकड़ी का काम करते थे. लोहार
Barter system.
लोहे का काम करते थे. Bartering was going on between food, rice, गेहूं, ये चलता था. इंडिया उस तरह का इकोसिस्टम फॉलो कर रहा था, जबकि विदेश में क्या हो रहा था? वर्ल्ड वाज डेवलपिंग इनटू मैन्युफैक्चरिंग. तो ये कहना कि India was a very rich nation which British exploited and looted, I have met out. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Right? Anyone, any other point of view on this?
Sir, India used to contribute quarter of world's GDP when British came, and when they left, it was just 1 or 2%.
Sir, they have.
There also there is a point. Well, how was it contributing? In what way? इस पे भी तो
Sir,
सवाल है.
because we had a huge population and it was
Sir,
mostly
we were
based on
primarily
handicrafts,
a
production
agrarian.
of agrarian economy is to contribute a lot. Also,
Yes,
sir, one
yes,
thing we
yes,
forget
yes.
is
जब तक
wh-
मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर डेवलप नहीं हुआ था, इंडस्ट्रियल रिवॉल्यूशन, till then entire world was revolving around agriculture, right?
Right.
In agriculture India was leading. Why it was leading? Because India is a fertile land and plain हमारे पास बहुत है and flat land है हमारे पास, और एग्रीकल्चर के लिए सूटेबल है. और ऐसा कहाँ है, ऐसा ऐसा क्लाइमेट कहाँ है? और वर्ल्ड ओवर चले जाओ, you go anywhere, it is so inhabitable to live. Go to Europe, so cold. Hardly any, half of the time they are under snow. Some or the other issue is there. So India में इतना sunshine कहाँ पे है? So we are the country which has all the weathers and it was supporting agriculture. There you are correct. But then when manufacturing took over, it's like, IT revolution came, right? India was lagging, but all of a sudden IT revolution came and India, and that is where we should thank Rajiv Gandhi. He was the one who was talking about computers all the time, right? So, and what was the advantage we had over other nations like China and all? We knew English. Again, gift of British. तो हमारे पास इंग्लिश थी, दिमाग हमारा तेज है इंडियंस का, एंड कंप्यूटर्स का एक रिवोल्यूशन आया, NIIT and Apple and all these. Educated computer liberals started coming out and we took over. So IT revolution may be defeated almost all the nations, right? Right?
Right, sir. Right, right.
मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में तो हम पीछे रह गए थे, एग्रीकल्चर में हम आगे थे, मानता हूं मैं, बट आईटी में फिर हमने टेक ओवर किया. So now you see all the companies, whether it is Google, whether it is Microsoft, whether it is all major companies के CEOs Indians ही हैं, है कि नहीं?
Right, sir.
So somebody please find that railway wala. If find, I really want to read that article again. चलो और बताओ, what else? So
Sir, also I
sir,
disagree with the industrialization aspect
my point is not
because
to say. My point is कि history should be taught. Do you believe that Andaman Nicobar could ever have been part of India? Anyone?
no, sir.
It could
No,
not
sir.
have been part of India. Indonesia was claiming on that island for a long time,
It
even
was
after.
much closer to Indonesia, sir. Andaman and Nicobar.
So I'm telling you, Britishers gave us such a wonderful gift, but we don't value it. Andaman Nicobar is such a beautiful place. कुछ नहीं है ये मालदीव्स मॉरिशस 2000 मॉरिशस आ जाएंगे अंडमान में और ये मालदीव्स तो 2 लाख आ जाएंगे ऐसे डॉट जैसा है मालदीव्स. And I'm telling you, it is only British, and they could have, very well retained it, like they retained the Falkland Islands, if you remember. They could have said कि अंडमान will not give, and I'm telling you, नेहरू जी हमारे उस समय यही बोलते, ठीक है, हमें इतना मिल गया, हमें यही बहुत है. But they, I
Right,
don't know in what mindset they gave it to us. Getting the point?
right,
Yes,
So
sir.
they were theory, na? They want peace, Nobel Peace Prize, so they were battling for that.
I don't know. I don't know what happened to them. But good.
So after the World War, Britishers became weak, sir. So they did not wanted a lot of places where they could have their army deployed.
Something must have happened. We are really not sure. But Andaman Nicobar Islands is a gift. I'm telling you. Such beauty, and unfortunately, it is not developing that way. Maybe now it will start developing. So a lot of things in our history has twisted, frankly speaking. बहुत twisted,
sir.
बहुत
I'd
बहुत.
like to disagree with you with respect to 2 points because industrialization was not the only factor which led to exploitation of the British. Even though industrial products were produced, the British women really wanted Indian handmade craft because they were used to be very thin and very light. So they used to put a lot of import taxes so that our Indian handicrafts used to be very uncompetitive. So that's why that's how they looted India. It's not because they took physical money. They put trade restrictions and they destroyed Indians and they made it a consumer-based society. So also, sir, about the railways, I disagree with that also because Indians almost paid 3 to 4 times the price of railway. If Indians had made it at that time, it would have cost, like example, 100 rupees. Indians actually paid 300 to 400 rupees for that railway set. And also,
Where
British.
are you getting this data from?
Sir, I think when I was preparing for my UPSC, I read it in many of the
No,
books,
you
history
see,
books, sir.
we need to have an introspection on that. I'm telling you, कि, before British came, railway was not even in the thoughts. So
Yes, sir.
now
So
things
also, I'd like to add one more point to that
no,
is
So
that
the planning of
the
railways
best
was
railway in the world is Japanese railway. They developed it in 1960s. If India
right.
was strong enough or integration, I agree with you that British helped a lot. If it was integrated, India could have developed just like Japanese a train
who
system.
would have integrated? Who? Which?
India.
Who would have integrated India? That is my question.
Sir, that's why I agree with the British part. They helped us
When we
integrate.
talk about 1857 revolution, what was the
Sir,
idea?
I would like to add one
Just
more
one
point to it. Yes, sir.
1857 जो revolution हुआ था, उसका आइडिया क्या था? मुझे ये बताओ.
Sir,
What was the
to make
point first?
Babar Shah second monarch of India again.
We
He
were
was
trying to bring back Mughals, right?
yes, sir, yes, sir.
And they
Yes,
also
sir.
integrated India. That is what you're trying to say?
No, sir,
No.
I'm agreeing with you that the British helped
What
integrate, but
if
we shouldn't give credit to railways because it was looted from India to build
you tell
Right,
me?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
railways.
अरे
And the
आप
workers
कह
who
रहे
were
Sir, and
employed
I
to
want
build
to
those
नहीं,
add
were
one more
also
point.
just a minute, just let me add one point. हमको बार बार बोलते हैं, हमको ये सुनाया जाता है कि हमको उन्होंने लूट लिया, परंतु हमारे पास था क्या लूटने? What was there? That is what I'm trying to bring about. We were surviving in a local economy. What was there to loot? What was there?
Sir, there was a British firm
Sir,
which
they
have
utilized the
constructed
resource and
Uh,
also
Whose resource?
contributed in
Whose
our
resource?
development.
What resource
Sir,
was there? That is exactly what I want to ask you.
And sir, and means
a
You
lot
had
of
agriculture which was dependent upon rains. You used to produce rice and whatever kind of crops they used to come. That was only used for bartering and surviving. So survival was our resource.
So
Majority of
spices.
the
but sir,
households, spices again, it is a generated thing. No, it's a agriculture based. What was there to loot? That is what I'm asking. There was no education system. There was no college. There was no school. What was the schooling system in Mughals? Tell me. Kids were
So they
put
didn't
uh,
loot. So they utilized the resources.
which resource?
and
हमारे पास कोई
and
खदान थी क्या? Did we have any gold mine? Did we have any diamond mine or something? What was there?
yes, sir.
Sir,
Diamond mine was there, sir.
Where?
The
sir,
diamond
in
mine was
Panna,
there.
India was the only source of diamonds till
Yes,
1850s
sir.
in
The
Panna.
initial
Then they found
diamond.
in South
KGF
Africa.
also, sir. In
Yeah.
KGF
KGF
also there
also
was
they looted a lot.
And
I mean,
sir, there is a British firm which like they themselves have said that between 1765 to 1938, they have looted 45 trillion from India. So they himself have
and sir,
agreed.
and I have one more question. So
We may give these figures, and even Shashi Tharoor also was giving, the speeches. But I want to know where is the source?
but
What's there
sir,
to do?
then but sir, why did
So
British?
just based on
There
theories
is
of
no
foreign writers.
taxation system also.
Sir, it's a very long period, sir. 1765 to 1938. It's
Exactly.
like
I'm telling you, we were poorest of the poor nation. No medicine, no medical facilities, no postal system, no administration. People were disconnected. They were mostly revolving around villages. Only local cultures were prevailing. What was there to loot? That is what I'm trying to ask.
But sir, why
Did
British?
they go to the extent of looting the ornaments of women? But that has never been recorded anywhere. No one has said that they went and looted the ornaments. So what was there in the treasury to loot? Was there any treasury also?
But
I think sir,
sir,
only
I want to
but
monarchs
sir,
add one
I
were
think
point here.
looted.
sir, but sir, I
Only the
think that
monarchs were
why
looted.
British
Instead of
came to
whole
India.
India, monarchs were looted.
Okay, monarchs, if
There
they
is
were
some,
looted, why at the time of independence they were still very rich, much richer than anybody else in the world? Look at the stories of Maharaja of Patiala and Sindhyas and all. They were all very, very rich. कहाँ लूटा उनको? कब लूटा?
but sir, why did
So
British
they
came
took
to
some
India?
parts, sir,
There may
some
be some
parts,
reason.
Sir,
sir, the,
because
ma-
some parts
sir,
of it.
the major
the same
contribution was
point that are
agricultural producer. Like they
sir, the
exploited
this
Indians. They
sir,
forced them to plant
Varun,
indigo.
Yes, sir. But
sir,
sir, I
the
think
same
that
point that
there may be
Arya is
some.
speaking. Aryan is speaking that why Britishers wanted to come to India. Even if we look into history, sir, Columbus was also searching for India. Instead, he searched Australia. So everyone in those century was wanted to come to India because of hearing about the gold mines and the gold thing that we are having, sir.
I agree with you. They had business interest and they wanted to colonize. That is fact.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
Colonization
sir,
is a
and
difficult thing. मेरा
yes,
पॉइंट
sir.
ये है कि हम उनको अपना एनिमी नंबर 1 दिखाते हैं। हम बोलते हैं कि वो आए और ये हुआ और वो हमारे दुश्मन थे। Why only that part is being covered? You tell me
But sir,
one area of atrocity जहाँ पे उन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा except for one Jallianwala Bagh कांड, you will not be able to tell me a single incident when they were inhuman against Indians. बहुत rare मिलेंगे आपको,
sir,
बहुत rare.
1940s Bengal famine. Winston Churchill said they breed like rabbits, let them die like rabbits. Why isn't Mahatma Gandhi dead yet?
In
Yeah, right.
1962, 1963 में
No,
किसी
it was a
ने
communal riot, sir.
हाँ?
So 3 million in Bengalis died because of Winston Churchill. He made sure
Sir, the
the
Bengal famine is a man-made created famine
Yes, sir, it was a
that we
communal
have,
riot,
sir.
sir.
but sir, it
No,
is
no,
not
you
the
mean to tell
India's
me there
history
was
is manipulated.
famine before that or after that?
Sir, I have one more clarification.
हाँ.
So, means, sir, if we say that the Indian history was very manipulated, but in in other countries also they say that British have looted us, and so their history also get
I'm
manipulated.
not saying कि they were not having any economic interest. They were definitely ruling this country. What I'm trying to say here is they connected India and they built this nation. We never talk about it. You will listen about certain laws which are as old as 1883, 18. They were making laws. They were building an administrative system. There were certain areas in which they started building convents, colleges. Look at the universities, the old university, Delhi University, for example. How
Indian military academy.
Indian Military Academy, who regimented the army? It was never regimented. During any era, you will not find the army was regimented, except for Maratha's army. But there was
Yes,
no
sir.
regular system of army under any. They made it independent of politics. That system
Yes,
is
sir.
still being followed. They established Indian Defense System, Indian Air Force, Indian Army,
Civil services.
civil services, administration, postal system, and very effective postal system, railways. Who built this nation as an who introduced the currency as rupees? Rupiah कौन लेके आया? They could have bought bond instead of rupiah, but they bought rupiah. Who printed that? Before that, there
But
was no
sir,
currency. There was no
but sir,
exchange. आप कर ही नहीं सकते थे exchange. Banking system was not there. There was no banks. No banks. कैसे चल रही थी करेंसी? इकोनॉमी चल कैसे रही थी? मुझे तो यही समझ नहीं आता.
but the British are, I agree with your point, but the British are they built railway bridges for their use. So that's why we
This is
adopt.
So
what
the coins were also there, sir.
this is the
Coins were there.
nonsense which has
In
been
monarchy,
tried
coins
to
were there.
This is exact
Sir,
nonsense.
gold coin, bronze coin. Sir, coins were there for economic purpose, sir.
No, they were symbolic. इनके पास कॉइन बनाने की मशीन कहाँ थी फैक्ट्री इनके पास इतना गोल्ड कहाँ था कि कॉइन बना के चलाएंगे. दिस सिंबॉलिक कॉइनिंग इज की राजा की मोहर लगी है, वो अलग चीज है. करेंसी नहीं थे कॉइन. करेंसी
Rupee.
एज अ रुपया वाज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड एज लेट एज 1860s or something.
So 17th century. So.
No, 19th century. This rupee was introduced by British only. That I'm very sure. मैं कुछ और बात बोल रहा था. हमें बोला गया कि ट्रेन उन्होंने अपने काम के लिए बनाई. Means what? It is like blaming Modi. Like Lalu used to say कि गरीब लोगों को क्या बोलता था वो कि तुम लोग को थोड़े ना रोड पे चलना है, तुम लोग को ट्रैवल करना है रोड पे, तो किस लिए रोड बनाना है? ये तो वो वाली एनालॉजी होगी. Did they tell Indians will not travel by train? Never told. They compartmentalize first class, second class, third class. It is still there. Does it mean that now the first AC, second AC, third AC is not there, and it should be there? If you can afford first AC, travel by first AC, pay more and travel. That was exactly the same. कब उन्होंने मना किया कि इंडियंस नहीं चलेंगे? मुझे बताओ. They built it for own. I don't understand this. क्या इंडियन आर्मी नहीं ट्रैवल करती है रेलवे से? जब इंडियन आर्मी यहाँ से वहां जाती है, वो रेलवे लेकिन नहीं जाती है, तो क्या उनकी आर्मी जा रही है तो गलत कर रही है?
Yeah, yes, sir. But I have seen in podcast that Major General Yashmore was saying that the British are.
Without naming anyone, I'm saying this is this is what the rotten mindness यही होता है कि आप फीड कर दीजिए उसको, फीड कर दीजिए. मेरे को लॉजिकली समझाइए कि कब उन्होंने किस इंसिडेंट पे इंडियंस को टिकट देने से मना किया. Indians were traveling. Gandhi ji himself traveled. Entire India was traveling in train. He chooses to travel by third class. That's his choice. You pay money, travel first class.
Sir, then why British left the India? Means.
Because they got fed up, yeah. How to control such a big population? They were themselves in a bad situation after World War II. They were not able
Yes,
to
sir.
sustain it. Economically, it was unsustainable. Unsustainable. Even at the time when British left India, there were hardly any factories or production coming out of India. I don't remember, except for few maybe Tatas and all. कहाँ था प्रोडक्टिविटी? बिरला वगैरह की फैक्ट्रीज होती थी, तो क्या फैक्ट्रीज थी? शुगर मिल्स थी, कॉटन मिल्स थी, यही सब था. मेजर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में, इंडस्ट्रियल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में हम कहाँ थे उस समय भी? ड्यूरिंग इवन व्हेन द 1950s में इंडस्ट्रियल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हो रही थी, हम सीमेंट भी बना रहे थे क्या? आई डोंट थिंक सो.
Sir, in World War II, the ordnance factory was there, sir.
ऑर्डिनेंस फैक्ट्रीज तो डिफेंस सर्विसेज ना.
So still we were manufacturing, na, sir.
Guns and bullets and all those things, they are for defense requirements. वो तो गवर्नमेंट ओन्ड हो गए. गवर्नमेंट ओन्ड की बात मत करो, तो गवर्नमेंट ही चला रही है उसको और खुद ही कंज्यूम कर रही है. सिस्टम, इकोनॉमिक सिस्टम तब डेवलप होता है जब मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हो, उसको सेल भी कर पाए, तो मार्केट में जाए। तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का कॉस्ट आया, मैन्युफैक्चरर ने कमाया, फिर मार्केट में गया, रिटेलर आया, फिर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर आया, फिर रिटेलर। दैट्स हाउ द इकोनॉमिक चेन इज ग्रोज, नो? ऐसा कब था?
Sir, I have one question.
एक्चुअली
Sir,
और टॉपिक करना था, बट हम लोग इसी में घुसे रह गए। हाँ,
yes,
चल। हाँ,
sir, I have one question. So, why the British were so advanced than other countries in the world,
yeah, that is what
Europeans, all Europeans, for that
or
fact.
Europeans? Why so advanced in everything, and we
So
are not?
they are a
Not
different
as
battle. अगर आप वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 को अच्छे से देखोगे ना, the kind of fight which British have put against Germans. Only people whom Germans could not defeat were Russians, but Russians को भी काफी हद तक उन्होंने धकेल दिया था। वो तो for some reasons it was too stretched, that's why they could not sustain, but Britishers को नहीं झुका पाए। It's a different breed. Did I recommend you one very good series, Vikings? Vikings देखी तुम लोगों ने? Vikings देखा।
sir heard of it.
And then Downton Abbey or something, British series, they were different matter. वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 से देख के आप समझ जाओगे कि खासकर डंकर्क में क्या कर रहा है वो। डंकर्क में व्हाट हैपेंड इज कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ब्रिटिशर्स से जर्मन्स की बात हो गई थी कि यू डोंट फाइट, आई डोंट फाइट। दिस वाज अ क्लियर कट अंडरस्टैंडिंग बिटवीन हिटलर एंड ब्रिटिश।
Yes, sir, I have
But
watched that
there
movie.
was an understanding between France and British कि if there is a war, we will support. So British came in the war to support France. It was no war on them, never. Till then, it was not there. So they jumped into the war in support of France. पहली बात तो ये। तो क्या हुआ
Right.
कि French and British troops were stuck in a place called Dunkirk. Dunkirk देखी तुम लोगों ने कि नहीं अभी तक? पहले ये बताओ।
Yes, sir, देखी।
Was the half.
तो डंकर्क में क्या हो रहा है? फंस गए ये लोग और पीछे जर्मन्स हैं। So now they need
Yes,
to
sir.
be, crossing the English Channel and go to England. That was the plan. So now they were trying to send ships, but the German Spitfires were coming and bombarding. The German Air Force was very lethal. So what British people did, and that is an amazing thing, कि British civilians, they used to have yachts and all, no? Small boats. They came all the way from England to Dunkirk, picked up soldiers, and went back. Civilians voluntarily helping. That is the kind of uh, strength the British population has. It's a different league altogether.
So the same thing we see in Israel. There are people doing.
Israel में
Uh,
people are going out of the way to support their army. It's like everyone in the Israel is in army. Will
sir,
it happen to
uh,
us also if there is a war? I'm
sir,
sure it will happen.
sir, I was watching a documentary where they were saying that in the Europe as a continent has a very good balance of temperature, so that's why they are developed. They are more developed. Is that true?
But I think Europe is very harsh to live, no, in winters.
Yes, sir, it's full of snow.
Very tough.
It's
I
very
think
cold.
Philippines देखा तुम लोग। इवन एंटायर द यूरोप एंड उससे भी ऊपर जो है नॉर्वे वॉर्वे डेनमार्क, तो एकदम ही डिफिकल्ट है रहना है। अभी जो
Because they are sustaining on gas.
था, when Russia was telling will not supply you gas, हम लोग की हालत खराब होगी, how to heat the room.
Right. So, but even then, they are the most developed nations in the world.
Yeah, they are more developed for many reasons. They are very hardworking people.
And sir, it's their need. It's their need.
सर्वाइवल। हम लोग बहुत
And
Yes,
they
देसी
are
survival
थे,
thing.
fearless, sir.
हम लोग बहुत
And they are
देसी थे,
fearless.
आराम से चल रहा था, चलने दो। हम लोग बड़े हैप्पी थे अपने गांव के इकोसिस्टम में, सब लोग खुश थे। बट आपको पता है हमारे गांव में एक बार एक बीमारी आती थी, तो कभी-कभी ऐसा भी होता था कि आधे से ज्यादा गांव साफ हो गया। प्लेग
Sir,
आया, कॉलरा आया, पीपल यूज्ड टू डाई ऑफ दीज थिंग्स एज
Chicken,
लेट
smallpox.
एज आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस आल्सो। इतने लेट, प्लेग, cholera, other many diseases, smallpox, chickenpox, this pox, that pox. There was no medical facility यार, था ही नहीं। कहाँ जाएं? कहीं जाने की जगह भी नहीं। People,
sir, yes,
many
sir.
people died of cancer without even being aware कि they had cancer.
The TB was one of the most
TB,
spread disease in
one of
India.
the major diseases. Tuberculosis. Huh.
And now, sir, India produces the maximum vaccine in the world.
Yeah, in a way, now we have like what we did in Corona. So we are leading now. That's a different story altogether. But those days, we were far behind, far, far behind. हाँ, चलें अब आगे चलें, कुछ और बात करें?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So,
तो
Yes, sir.
अब बताओ, अब हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर एक्चुअली, मैं इस टॉपिक को इसलिए छेड़ा मैंने कि थोड़ा सा एनालिसिस करके पढ़ो। मतलब क्या है कि हमें जो फीड कर दिया, आई एम नॉट सेइंग, आई एम नॉट प्रो दिस प्रो दैट, एंड दिस के हैव योर ओन माइंड, हैव योर इंडिपेंडेंट थॉट प्रोसेस, एंड रीड, एनालाइज, inhale, and make an opinion. Ask questions, ask doubts. That is very, very essential. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
That is what has been missing in our lives. हमारे साथ क्या हुआ है, हमारी हिस्ट्री के पोर्शन में अगर हम जाएं तो कि we have been fed with the history. आपको हिस्ट्री को यथार्थता बता देना चाहिए कि ऐसा हुआ था, तो उसमें आप कभी भी बायस हिस्ट्री मत पढ़ाएं. That is what is expected, and let people make the opinion about it. है ना?
yes, there are different perspectives to everything.
हाँ, that is important.
Sir, but why our people has manipulated the history? Means
For their
why?
personal gains, for their very personal gains.
Uh,
Like,
means what, sir?
like we keep talking about the war of independence, Indian freedom struggle. What struggle was there? I don't understand this.
Yeah, so there was no struggle. It
What
was just
struggle was there? Who
made.
struggled and when and where?
It was just to get votes.
हमने हीरोज बना दिए, हमने चोरी के इल्जाम में जो लोग जेल गए थे उनको स्वतंत्रता सेनानी बना दिया. बट स्ट्रगल क्या, कब हुआ स्ट्रगल? Where was this? When was the stage when British said कि I'm scared of you, now I'm going? Never. छोटे छोटे आंदोलन होते थे, so called. एक मीटिंग हो गई, एक जलसा हो गया. People at large. First of all, illiterate population. Communication was not there. At the max, they had newspapers. Radio itself was not there. Radio भी नहीं. तो क्या था? Newspaper.
Sir, what's your take on like history textbooks are changing these days?
They
The
should,
government is changing the textbooks. What your take on that?
should be
Removing all the Mughal rulers and
not,
putting on.
our history should not be restricted to uh, Mughals and उनके पहले. It should go back. It should go far back. We are not a nation which is just born. We are an old nation. Our history's richness is somewhere over there. Before birth of Jesus Christ, उसके पहले है हमारी हिस्ट्री, उसमें डिटेलिंग होनी चाहिए. हमारा कल्चर वहां से आता है, हमारा स्ट्रेंथ वहां पे है, तो हमारा एम्फेसिस मैक्सिमम वहां होना चाहिए. और ये पीरियड जो हमारे डिफीट का पीरियड रहा है, when India as a nation has been defeated by consecutive rulers which came and invaded us and made us, that period should be less. But अभी अदर वे राउंड है, इसको इतना बड़ा बना दिया है. और उसमें भी हम क्या दिखा रहे हैं? हम ये नहीं दिखा रहे हैं कि we as a nation failed to protect ourselves. We are showing कि these became ours. Sorry, what nonsense is this? These became ours. I don't agree to it. So our history should stretch. Go back. That rich period should be more. Before, I'll say 1080. That period is important. Our history should be filled with southern history also. Southern history बहुत कम है. उसका
Yes,
पोर्शन
the Dravidian culture is less, quite less in
The
India.
Chola kingdom and all stuff.
खूब बढ़ना चाहिए. नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न भी आना चाहिए, है ना?
Sir? Yes. Sir, if the Britishers had dominated the world for many years, but USA has established its world economy. Means every country uses dollars, not euro. Why, sir?
Dollar has become a world economy. Yeah, that's true.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's true.
Sir, how?
Because American dominance increased a lot, and it increased mostly after World War II. So America became one of the strongest nations. So did USSR. But then American promotion was towards economy, and USSR promotion was towards communism. Communism was something which people were scared of. They didn't want communism because communism is actually very scary line of thought. So communism is nothing but frustration and depression and those kind of things they keep doing and asking. If you go and stay with a Marxist or Leninist or even JNU guys, you'll feel depressed. You'll see life is hopeless. So American culture became very popular, and that's why. And America became a main trading center, and Americans are otherwise also very smart people. They invented majority of the things. Their cars became popular. Their culture became popular. Their cinema became popular. Their manufacturing thing became much popular. They brought in quality. So since that economy was thriving, dollar also started thriving. Now Indian rupee is also slowly gaining momentum. Why? Because the economy is thriving.
Yes, sir.
So slowly you will find Indian rupee is also finding small place somewhere in that. But reaching to the dollar level will take much more time.
Yes, sir. But sir, because the America is running world very,
In USA entire in manufacturing में USA ने सबको पीछे छोड़ दिया ना.
yes, sir. But sir, because USA now, world economy is very unstable because they print as much money as they want. Means there is no peg dollar is pegged to gold. So it is very like they if they have a mood, so they will print as money as they want, and all the world will go in recession and this kind of things.
Okay, I don't have much idea about it. So guys, चलो फिर that's all then. टॉपिक तो बहुत सारे चलते रहेंगे. तो अब कब मिलेंगे हम लोग? कल मिलते हैं, ठीक है? और कल हम लोग ग्रुप प्लानिंग एक्सरसाइज पे काम करेंगे, ठीक है दोस्तों? एक्चुअली
Yes, sir.
तो ब्रिटिश वाला
Yes,
टॉपिक
sir.
खिंच गया ना, मेरे पास और भी बहुत सारे टॉपिक थे.
Yes, sir.
सिर्फ एक उस पे था. चलो कभी और बात करेंगे. इंडियन सिनेमा में बहुत मजा आता है बात करने में. उस पे भी एक सेशन करेंगे, ठीक है? तो आइडिया इज रीड, एनालाइज, डेवलप योर माइंडसेट. एवरी साइड हैज 2 पॉइंट्स, ठीक है? कल ग्रुप प्लानिंग एक्सरसाइज पे डिस्कशन होगा. जो तुम लोगों ने लिखा है वो, जिन्होंने नहीं लिखा है वो लिख दो. टुमारो स्ट्रेट अवे विल हैव अ डिस्कशन, ट्राई टू फाइंड अ कंक्लूजन, एंड देन विल प्रोसीड फर्दर इनटू other aspects of group activities, and then start with the interviews of everyone, ठीक है?
Sir,
हाँ.
Yes,
when
sir.
I was solving a GP problem from a book, sir, it was very lengthy and from a book,
Why you need a book?
sir, for practice.
I covered. No, simple. Priority, resources, and your solution.
Sir, how long is problem means in SSB?
Similar.
So,
As
means,
I have shared with you, similar problem will come. Maybe a little shorter than this.
okay. So actually, I have seen a problem that is 1 page long.
Which book is that?
Sir, I will send that photo in group.
Those who have been to SSB may comment on this question, please.
So generally there are 4 problems that are given in every dossier.
Three.
And sir, and it's 1 page long, but the font is quite big. So it's like easy to read.
Size maybe, yeah.
Yeah, sir.
जितना भी इसमें सिचुएशन मैंने भेजा है ना आपको, जो आपने कॉपी किया है, उतना ही रहेगा. इनफैक्ट
Sir, I have sent it in the group.
या ओके. चलो फिर दोस्तों, विल मीट टुमारो.
Thank you, sir.
बाय बाय, सी यू.
Thank you, sir.